One of the easiest ways to start simplifying these fractions is to move the decimals. And so what I really have is 4 over 8, 7 over 14. 4 over 8, of course, is 1 over 2, and 7 over 14 is 1 over 2. And there we go. They do form a true proportion. If I wanted to solve this, I would cross multiply. And then I would divide by 8. Notice that I didn't multiply 3 times 12 because I can do some canceling. I could divide both of those by 4. So n is equal to 9 over 2, or 4 and 1/2. Let's take a look at a word problem. 30-mile bike ride, and he rides that distance in 4 hours. How far can he ride in 6 hours? So we'll take the 30-mile bike ride, miles on top, hours on the bottom, and all we need to do is be consistent. So in this case, we put hours on the bottom, and we put miles on top. That's our unknown. So the first thing I'll do is I'll simplify my fraction. I could divide this by 2. That'll be 15 over 2 equals x over 6. And then 6 times 15 equals 2 times x. And then I could divide both sides by 2. Notice again that I didn't multiply 6 and 15 together because I'm set up here for some canceling. X is equal to 45, and we need to go back to our problem and say, well, 45 what? How far? 45 miles. So x is 45 miles. And let's do a scale. 5 inches equals 45 miles for Connecticut. 5 inches equals 144 miles for Texas. What are the distances in miles represented in 2.5 inches? So let's go Connecticut. Connecticut is 5 inches, 40 miles, 2.5 inches, some unknown miles. Let's go to Texas. 5 inches, 144 miles, 2.5 inches, some unknown miles. So in my first one, I will be able to simplify this to 1 over 8. I can divide them both by 5, and this will become 5 over 2. I'm changing into an improper fraction, and now all I need to do is cross multiply. X equals 5 over 2 times 8 over 1, which is equal to 20 miles. And in our second one, we're not going to have any reductions here because 5 doesn't go into 144, but I'll have 5x equals 5 over 2 times 144. And that will allow me to do some canceling. That's 72. So then I would say, well, 5x equals 5 times 72. Notice that I don't multiply by 72 because here, if I divide by 5, I can just simply cancel, and x equals 72 miles. 20 for Connecticut, 72 for Texas.